Yeah, Denny Van here. A heartfelt welcome to you. No, seriously, how are you guys doing in this crazy, crazy world? So today's topic, I wanted to talk about how your hurt inner child affects you as an adult. So, I dropped off a family member for a doctor's appointment, so we're near the hospital in case you hear sirens and craziness in the background. But today's topic, seriously, if we are, common ways that we know that it's our hurt inner child, that we're just suppressing, we're not integrating, which is what we do, and we're not learning from it, we're not moving forward, we're not letting go, we're not doing all the things, and we're allowing this part of us to make major decisions and create triggers and reactions in our life. So common or ways that you may already know that your hurt inner child is affecting you as an adult are low self-esteem. I mean, if you have low self-esteem, it has to start with you. No one can do the work for you, so it must start with you. And feelings of shame or regret, and we know about this, and so really kind of digging deep, and the work I do is integrated, so we don't want to keep suppressing it. And one of the things we do is we don't want to keep telling the story of it, so we want to integrate the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of whatever this is with feelings of shame or regret, and also feelings of being inadequate. You are enough, but you have to know it. Nobody can tell you this, darling. And maybe even difficulty letting go. So being able to be mature enough to understand that when you let go of one thing, other things will open up to you. But in our fear-driven society, sometimes it's very difficult to let go of things. And it stems from a hurt inner child. And also trouble with commitment. Yeah, how often do we see this? Committing and saying yes to something and not following through. I mean, that's really the difference between showing up for who you are and ghosting everyone and then wondering why you're not getting the things you desire. So this comes from a hurt inner child, and integrating this would lead to glorious transformations. And issues with jealousy. So have you ever seen, someone in your field who is very successful, and then you have thoughts of, what a bitch, why her? Why not me? I've been working hard. I've been working longer than that one. I've been doing so much more work than that one. And there's some jealousy coming up there. Be aware of this, because it sets you up for all kinds of choices and that you don't want to be making right now in this state. And another one is trouble adulting. Adulting is a new verb these days, paying your bills. I've worked with people who have a very difficult time paying their bills and doing simple things, making a phone call, setting up electricity for where they're going to live, and I mean, just basic things having issues with, and difficulty making decisions. Yeah, you got to make a decision now, and so you just don't make a decision. You make no decision. And so all of these things we might become aware of and know that this might stem from a hurt inner child. But some of the ones that we might not be aware of are poor body image. And so again, stemming from a hurt inner child and not loving what I call my meat suit, which, I need to do certain things to take care of this body rather than abuse it, make it go through diets or hard regimens and those kind of things. So I stopped doing those things a long time ago. And just this past week, I turned 56. And so when you shift your perception, first of all, heal that inner child, you begin to perceive things in such a loving, very heartfelt way, especially toward yourselves. Other ways are being a people pleaser. And so I'm number one people pleaser queen here. So I know what it's like to be a people pleaser. And so I think I'm always in recovery. So yeah, that's on the list of some inner child work that needs to be done and integrated. And also trouble trusting others. Isn't that interesting that this would come from deep hurt inner child, the ability to trust others. And this stems from those who took care of us. So if we can't even trust those, we're not going to be able to trust others. And it has to start, number one, with trusting yourself. And guilt in relationships. So this one kind of came up, and I thought it was really interesting that this would stem from a hurt inner child, that if you're in a relationship, there's guilt in the relationship, using guilt and guilting each other into certain behaviors, and this kind of I want to say narcissistic game playing, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what it is, using guilt as a tool in a relationship. But this probably comes from learned behavior. As a child, this is the behavior that you saw modeled to you, and here you are now modeling it in your world and in your relationships. So guilting sex and guilting things and guilting money and guilting, using guilt in a relationship. So as someone who has been in a relationship for a long time, married 37 as of this recording, you do not use that in a relationship, because it goes back to being able to trust. And so you have to be able to trust your partner, period. And so if you're having issues with trusting others and using guilt, the other two are social anxiety, that might not be so common, and self-destructive behaviors. So this guilt in relationship is really a form of self-destructive behavior. So first thing we have to do when we recognize these things is first become aware. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not a bad person when you discover, oh my God, I've been doing these things. This is not the purpose of this. The purpose of this is to shift your reality. So as we not confront our inner child and integrate all of the hurt and integrate all of its knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, then all of these behaviors start to automatically disappear, and you become more aware of the power that you have with, number one, awareness, and then being able to integrate all of this within the wholeness of your being. So that's what we teach, heartfelt. We teach you how to set up your own wellness team, and it consists of 3 parts. Listen up. Those 3 parts are your focus, awareness, and attention. It's one thing. It's what you're putting your focus on. That's number 1. Number 2, what's happening in the unconscious. We have no idea what's happening down there, but whatever we're putting our focus on, whatever's unresolved is going to come up in our experience and cloud our judgment and cloud our path. So what we want to do is train the 3rd part of your wellness team, and this is the intelligence that you are. The intelligence that manifests and animates this meat suit and lives in this bottle that is the genie, right? So there's this part of us within us that is unseen. And so when you're able to recognize, oh my gosh, I'm going down a path of self-destructive behavior, with awareness comes change. And we teach you the how to integrate all of these things in such a way that your life truly transforms. So with that said, how your hurt inner child affects you as an adult, can you see it now? Tell me how your hurt inner child has been affecting your decisions. Tell me how it's been affecting how you're looking at your world, especially on social media, and how it's affecting within the me, and how you're reacting to social media. All right, with that said, keep being amazing.